Hello everybody, this is your Planetside 2 on PS4 tutorial brought to you by me, Bling Blaine. I'm going to make this as quick as possible, so let's go ahead and begin. First things first, when you start the game, you will have the decision to make a faction choice, one of three. You have Terran Republic, known as the Red Team, Vanu Sovereignty, known as the Purple Team, and the New Conglomerate, known as the Blue Team. The Blue Team, New Conglomerate, are freedom fighters, a democratic state that is for the morals and values of Araxis, as opposed to the Terran Republic, the Red Team. They are known for their dictatorship and more or less how we say is what goes kind of militaristic background. Vanu Republic, Purple, they are more about finding key artifacts and technological things that are found in Araxis and killing everyone in the process. So you have a choice to make there. I personally will always be fighting for the New Conglomerate. Moving on, you will go directly into the continent of Koltir when you choose your server. I do not believe in that as a tutorial continent, so I would immediately hit your map button, which is the swipe dab pad, and back up the screen until you see all 4 continents, including Koltir, the starter continent. You would want to pick one of these 4, Esamir, Hassan, Indor, or Amarish. Whatever one you choose, doesn't really matter at this point. I am in Hassan right now, and this is the map. There's a lot of key points on this map, but your main goal in Araxis is to maintain more than 1/3 of this map, primarily going for these 3 key points: the biolabs, the tech plants, and the amp stations. Those 3 key points give you more resources, which I'll get into in a moment, that allows you to battle better than the other PMCs. These links in between them are considered a lattice link. They're basically a power grid, and everything that you own filters back to your warp gate, which is the place I'm standing in right now that has a giant bubble over it, protecting us as it is our home base. This is the warp gate. So the goal of the map is to own 1/3 of it, and to filter all of your resources gained back to your warp gate so that you can spawn things like vehicles, mech suits, grenades, and aerospace technology. We'll get into that as well in a moment. But as you filter around this map, you'll see that each location has a pie chart associated with it in the bottom left corner, telling you how many people of each faction are here. This point here is where the action is. It's 48 on 48 at Southgate Checkpoint. That would be your primary focus at the moment. Just taking a glance over the map, you would want to find the pie chart with the highest numbers primarily and go to that area. A lot of points on the map. It all depends on where the action's at, and right now for us would be down in the south down here at Southgate Checkpoint. So that's how you find the action. I know it's daunting, it's a huge map, but once you've found the action, you get there, you will continuously spawn there until you decide to leave. You either will move forward or move back. So that's the map and the basics of looking around from point to point. The tech labs, the biolabs, and amp stations are the most important parts of the map, which of course filter down the resources. And what you use resources for is this right here. These are your terminals for pulling out vehicles or airships or changing your personal kit. But if you spawn a vehicle, it costs what's known as resources. Upper right corner, there's a blue circle. It tells you the spawn cost, 350 out of 750 to spawn one of these vehicles. This airship, the Valkyrie, only costs 250 resources. The Liberator is 450 resources. Things vary. Same things with the tanks and the vehicles. Everything costs resources. You cannot spam these vehicles. They are done specifically for, they're limited for the spamming purpose, so you cannot continuously spam tanks. In fact, the resources replenish every 5 minutes, and the more of the facilities you own on the map, the more resources are replenished. So your goal here is to own majority of the tech plants, biolabs, amp stations, the overall map, so you can filter your resources into your warp gate, so you can spawn the vehicles and the max suits that you choose. without being limited. And of course, being limited would alter the battlefield. So now the resources and vehicles. Okay, here is your vehicle choice. You have a harasser, a flash, a sunderer, a lightning, and a vanguard. Basically a quad, a dune buggy, a bus that holds 12 people, a single-person tank, and a two-person tank. Those are your vehicles. They all require different amounts of resources, but you can pull them out and upgrade them in many different ways. Those are the ground vehicles. In the air, you have a variety as well. The Reaver, the Valkyrie, and the Liberator. Liberator holds 2 people, Valkyrie holds a few, Reaver is a single person ESF, Empire Specific Fighter. And they can all be unlocked as well with tons of unlocks, tons of upgrades for the airships as well. Now, you have vehicles, you have air, and you have ground. Ground, you will change your kits at these terminal stations.
One of your most important terminals is the equipment terminal.
And
this terminal can be used to resupply ammunition, change your class, or change what weapons you're using.
Infiltrator is the cloaking, more stealth-like approach. The light assault has the more capable jump jets. He can fly over walls that nobody else can get into to cap points. He's very good at flanking. Combat medic, very simple. Has a high-firing, medium-range weapon with the ability to resurrect and heal everybody. Engineer, very, very valuable. He keeps the max suits up, which we'll get to, as well as vehicles. He repairs turrets. He repairs stationary emplacements, vehicles. He's very, very much needed in the battlefield. Heavy assault. His ability is to pull out a shield that basically doubles his hit points. So when you come across a heavy assault, you will see faction-specific color coding him, meaning you're doing damage to only his shield because he has it active. So the heavy has the opportunity to fire rockets and heavy assault rifles, as well as a shield. That's his thing, is to take out vehicles. Then you have the max suit, which can be upgraded in many different ways. It can be equipped for anti-air, anti-vehicle, or infantry. It depends on the circumstance and the situation. He's very high resource cost. He's 450 out of a maxed cap of 750. So you can only spawn him once in a while as well. He has a timer as well. So those are your 6 classes: Max, Heavy Assault, Engineer, Combat Medic, Light Assault, and Infiltrator. Once you've picked your class, you would want to upgrade your class. And there is hundreds of weapons of all kinds. SMGs, rifles, long distance battle rifles, close range, sniper rifles, a litany of pistols, tons of upgrades, including red dot sights to 20x sights. So there's everything in between. And each character has what's considered gear slots. And that's where you upgrade your specific class ability. In this case, the light assault would be jump jets. He is obviously able to upgrade the distance and speed of which he can jump over things with his jets. You have a litany of different grenades per class as well. You have armor and many other things you can add to your character. All of those things require what is known as certs, certification points. It's the basic payout for what we're doing. Every kill is 100 XP. 200 XP is 1 cert. So you get a couple kills, you get a cert. You repair something, you get a cert. You res somebody, you get a couple certs. It's all about the certs. And those are how you buy your weapons. Every weapon costs a different amount of certs. And if you don't want to spend the time to grind away for the certs, you can always put cash on the game, and that's called battle cash. And that you can just buy the gun and the red dot sight and the foregrip and a paint scheme and an outfit and a hood ornament and a horn if you want. That's how you use your cash in this game. You cannot buy physical upgrades like new grenades or jump jet ability or resurrection gun upgrades. You cannot buy those with battle cash. Those are only attainable with the certification points. So once you've got your kit loaded up, you're upgraded, now you're ready to join a squad. You've got a friend with you. How do you do that? You're both already in a squad. First things first, you have to leave your squad. Go to social, find the squad, hit square to leave squad. Once you guys are alone, then you walk up to the person, you hold R1, and go into the invite to squad option. Once that is done, you will accept it under the social tab, invite from whoever. Accept the request, you guys are together. If you're squad leader, you do have the ability to place a spawn point that only your squad is able to land on specifically. So if you're squad leader, make sure you have your main point of controls down with directives, and of course using your spawn point. Very crucial. So that's pretty much it. You've got an idea of the map, where to go, what to use, how to use it, and what it's all for. If you need any more information, just message me. You know how to spell it. Have a good one.